So as you all know, Elon Musk's companies are completely and utterly imploding. From its peak, Tesla lost about 50% of its value. I mean, that's catastrophic stuff, y'all. That is like, holy cow, eye-opening moment. This all is very fragile right now. So what's happened is there's been a massive boycott the world over of a lot of Elon's products. Tesla comes to mind, of course, but remember, a lot of his companies are also massively funded by government subsidies. He's taken $38 billion in U.S. tax money to go blow up some rockets that suck ass, right? So what people are witnessing is this guy's unhinged, this guy's unbalanced, this guy's a ketamine addict, this guy's a South African robber baron who stole our government from us, and this guy's a Nazi. He zig-heiled a bunch of times. He responds to Nazis approvingly on Twitter on a regular basis, right? He's a deep believer in eugenics, as he's made crystal clear 1,000 times over. He's a Nazi. That's what he is. And so, thankfully, he doesn't have Trump's charm and charisma, where Trump gets away with a lot of his egregious and horrifying positions and actions. If you don't have a veneer of charisma to sort of paper over that, people are going to fucking sour on you at a record pace. And that's what happened. And so now, even with Trump himself doing basically an infomercial for Tesla on the lawn of the White House, embarrassingly being like, oh, Elon loves this country, come buy these cars. And clearly that's a sign of desperation. Clearly it's like, 5-alarm fire, the company's melting down, right? Well, guess what? Trump said this is going to be, if you vandalize a Tesla dealership, which has happened a lot around the world, now we're going to charge that as terrorism. That's what he says. You're going to go to prison for a really long time if you vandalize a Tesla dealership. You have cyber trucks are getting vandalized. Teslas are getting vandalized. Charging stations, Tesla charging stations are being burned down. Dealerships have been burned down overseas. People are fucking furious. There was a poll that came out the other day. 94% of Germans said, I will never buy it. 94%. You got to collapse in like 60, 70% of Tesla sales in many places in Europe, right? There's even a drop here, but it's not as big. So anyway, even after Trump comes out and says this, guess what? The protesters double down. They say, go fuck yourself. You and the horse you rode in on. Listen to this.
There's something really remarkable happening right now. I'm not sure people have really quite gotten their arms around this. We are seeing this organic bottom-up movement against Musk's signature company, Tesla. Some activists just put up a website with a simple message, right? Sell your Teslas, dump your stock. And then an entire Tesla takedown movement has sprung up in response. They've got a map where all the protests are planned all across the country. It's been happening for about a month. This weekend alone, there are more than 100 protests planned at dealerships, Tesla dealerships across the country.
More than 100 protests. 100 protests across the country. Wow.
Brooklyn to Toledo, Dallas to Grand Rapids, Raleigh, dozens more. There are even, as you might see there, a handful planned in Canada and the UK. And I'm going to tell you something. I wager next weekend there will be even more, and the weekend after that more. Because this is growing every single day. And it's not Democratic leadership in Congress organizing the protests. It's just everyday folks who are fed up.
Let me just say this. To any other countries, any other members of the government in other countries, I want you to ban all Tesla products from getting into your country. I want it to be illegal in whatever country is listening to me right now that actually gives a shit and wants to fight back against this fascist takeover and robber baron coup. I want you to ban Teslas in your country. I want you to ban Elon products in your country. That's what I want. I want him to feel the economic pain in a way that he didn't even know was fucking possible. Because, by the way, guess what? Here in the U.S., we've banned Chinese electric vehicles, which, for the record, are way, way better, way more impressive than Teslas. We've banned them here, right? Okay, well, you got a robber baron coup in the United States, a fascist purge. The world's richest man is cutting health care for poor people and taking grandma's social security check right out of her fucking bank account, as we covered in the last show. Inflict a punishment. Right? Inflict a punishment. If you're a foreign government, you have power. You have power. Imagine if Tesla was banned in every single country. I mean, obviously, it's going to be difficult to get that pulled off here in the U.S., where the guy just fucking stole the government. But every other country could take a stand. I would love to see that.
And want to make their voices heard. And it's having an insanely outsized effect. I mean, Tesla's sales are just cratering. The stock price has seen all of its post-election gains vanish. Musk's personal wealth has declined by more than $125 billion since the beginning of the year.
That's why he's panicking. His personal wealth declined more than $125 billion since the beginning of the year. That's why he's panicking. That's why they're doing a cheap infomercial on the lawn of the White House, right? That's why Trump has to say, oh, it's terrorism if you vandalize a Tesla. Do you understand that? What they don't want you to know is you actually have the power. We actually still have the power. It's 99% versus 1%. 99% versus 1%. At the end of the day, they might think they have the power. It's a mirage. It's an illusion. Because when push comes to shove, you cross too many lines, you get too many people pissed off, and there's actual organization, a groundswell of organization at the grassroots level. Good luck, son. Good luck.
That's because of this. And that's why Donald Trump had to turn the White House into a car lot this week and cut an ad for his co-president's fleet of vehicles. While the Attorney General of the United States effectively tried to threaten folks with jail time if they voiced their dissatisfaction with Musk's company.
If you're going to touch a Tesla, go to a dealership, do anything, you better watch out because we're coming after you.
Wow.
And
Well,
if you're funding this, we're coming after you. We're going to.
You see, you know the company's in good shape when you need the Attorney General of the United States of America to be like, you better like these cars. You better like them and buy them and don't touch them. By the way, did you know somebody was arrested the other day because there was a dusty Cybertruck and they like drew a swastika on it and they got arrested for that? And understand, they didn't use a pen, they didn't use paint. It was like a dusty Cybertruck. They took their finger and made a swastika, got arrested. You're fucking overreaching. You're all fucking overreaching. This is like complaining to the refs. That's what Elon and Trump are doing. They're complaining to the refs. Hey, that's not fair. No, what's not fucking fair is you illegally hacking into the government, destroying the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is the anti-scam police, firing flight safety officials, firing the people who make sure our nuclear weapons are safe and secure, cutting pediatric cancer research. That's what's fucking unfair, is the world's richest man is hacking around in the back of our government and doing whatever the fuck he wants. That's what's unfair. What is very fair is the public going, I don't like that. Fuck that guy and his products. I'm not going to buy him anymore. That is more than fair.
If you go to a dealership? No. We've all got a First Amendment right to stand on a sidewalk with signs outside a dealership. Doesn't matter what Pine Bondi says. By all accounts, this is not being funded by some big funder. It's a grassroots movement. Some people are organizing. They're putting up a website. And at any rate, it doesn't seem like those scare tactics are working. I would hazard they only make people want to protest more.
Yeah, the cope is, oh my God, this is being funded by George Soros. This is what they said about the town halls where all the Republicans are getting reamed too. Oh my God, George Soros organized this. This is crazy. No, he fucking didn't. George Soros is taking a nap right now. Homie's 114 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? This is people who are genuinely pissed off. That's what this is. And Musk really fucked up. Why? Because think about what Tesla used to be. Tesla was like, oh, this forward-thinking, progressive company. They're making electric vehicles, which are going to help fight back against climate change. So the core market was like wealthy liberals. Well, now, this idiot went full fucking MAGA and full fascist, and the entire base of Tesla, he just gave the middle finger to, and now you need what? You need hardcore MAGA people to buy Teslas? Well, sorry, buddy, they're busy driving Ford F-150s. Maybe a couple of them in solidarity will buy a fucking Tesla if they can afford it, right? But in reality, they're out there driving pickup trucks. And so you took your base who, any good businessman will tell you, you got to super serve your base. Instead, you pissed them all off, illegally hacked into the U.S. government, and now you're crying to the refs, please save me. Meanwhile, that is what's, he gets $8 million a day in U.S. tax money. That's how much he subsidized. $8 million. Mr. Anarcho-Capitalist, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, bro. We don't like the government. We want to slash government. Weird. You want to slash government seemingly for everybody else except Elon Musk, except your own companies. Well, go fuck yourself. Are you going to live your values or not? Your values are anarcho-capitalism. Great. Don't take another penny from the government and return all the $38 billion you got with interest, bitch. How about that? Do that. You're not going to do that. And so the anger is palpable. And it's bubbling up. And people are furious. Their blood is boiling with rage over what's happening to our country right now. And let me repeat this. It is not just Democrats. It is not just liberals. It is not just leftists. It's also Republicans. And it's almost virtually all independent. I saw a poll the other day. It's like over 60% of independents now are like, fuck these guys. So good luck with that moving forward. And of course, by that, I mean the exact opposite. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.